I've known the Citation Group, I should say FCB Employment Law, so the precursor to the new brand. I've known the business for probably over 15 years, and I understood the impact the business had in small and medium-sized businesses. So that was definitely a point of attraction. I've always wanted to work for organisations that do meaningful things. So we look at what Citation does, the breadth of our offerings, and how we can help turbocharge the small business economy. That's what I call really meaningful. When I went through the interview process, I think my first or second interview was with Chris Morris, and Chris is the global CEO of Citation. So I've been with the business for about 13 years. Obviously a very smart person, but was able just to really talk about the culture of the business and the values of the organisation in a very meaningful and pragmatic way, how the organisation tends to bring values to life as an example, and how to connect with the marketplace. So put all that together, there was a lot of really attractive attributes of the organisation, and I was so delighted when I got appointed to the role of Managing Director of Citation Australia and New Zealand. Coming into a role where the previous MD, so Cam Fisher, had been in the seat for 30 years, there was a lot for me to get my arms around in those sort of first 100 days, and I had to give a lot of thought to what are my top 4 priorities. And the first one was really all about the people. So we've now got around 250 people working for us. So what I wake up every day thinking about, well, are those people safe? Do we provide a platform for all of our team members to grow? Do they have clarity and understanding about where we're going and the contribution, the role they play as part of it? Are they being recognised? Are they being well managed and coached? So that absolutely was my number one priority. The second was sort of consistent with that. I firmly believe that leadership drives culture, and then culture drives performance. So if you want to improve performance, the starting point is leadership. So therefore, working out, really understanding how well my executive team, how well galvanised they are, what are the gaps, and there's always going to be gaps. So how do I create that galvanised leadership team? The third priority I had was really understanding how well we deliver solutions to our customers. So really back to that sort of product market fit, and are we meeting the needs and the expectations of our customers? Are we helping them solve their most pressing problems? And then the fourth focus area is really just around the numbers. So how well are we performing against our financial targets? Are there areas to improve? How do I tweak the dials to make sure that we are really performing against our financial targets and expectations? One of the challenges we face is we've got a huge amount of growth opportunities. It's all about how do we analyse what our customers are really looking for, is solving big problems, and then how do we align all of our resources and capabilities around that? So I don't think we're going to have a shortage of opportunities. It's how well we critically assess the priorities and where do we place our bets. The addition of FoundYou. So FoundYou is a fantastic homegrown, homemade technology, one of the market's leading rostering and payroll technology platforms. By bringing them into the Citation family, we've now got a wonderful breadth of technology and capability to deliver to small and medium-sized organisations to really help turbocharge their performance and how they keep their employees safe, how they recruit well, how they make sure they're paying their people well. So I absolutely see that as a wonderful growth opportunity for us. And look, I know everyone talks about AI and technology. For us, I think we can capture some of the benefits of AI and just modern cloud technology to free up a lot of our really capable team members to make sure that using technology to solve administration and process challenges, to free them up so they can what I call major in the major things in life. And for us, the other growth opportunity is that we've got some really skillful people at our headquarters level, so Citation Group in the UK, supported by some very talented people as part of our private equity owners, so KKR and HG Capital. And HG in particular, because they're across their portfolio of companies that they've invested in, there's some fantastic SaaS and AI capabilities that the group is willing to share. So we'd be crazy if we didn't leverage that to further turbocharge our own growth opportunities. What became very visible to me, probably from my first interview as part of the recruitment process, that from Chris Morris, our global CEO, down throughout his leadership team, there's a commitment to the tangible aspects of culture. What does a good culture look like? How do we live and breathe our values and our virtues and our core operating principles that defines how we engage with each other, how we engage with customers? Pretty much from minute one, it really stood out that culture is important, values are important, and that then is cascaded well throughout the organisation. We have a lot of important ceremonies. We recognise achievement. We really encourage peer support and peer recognition. So a lot of tangible attributes to that. You're really bringing culture to life. The centre of our universe is our wonderfully engaged team members and our customers. If we bring those two together, we can really deliver awesome solutions to our customers. One of those sort of shining lights is the depth and quality of our offerings, whether it's our HR advice line, our employment law capability and team members, our wonderful certification team that can really help customers elevate all of their operating principles and how they engage with their customers. And then our the acquisition we've recently made of Found You. When we bring all that together, that's a pretty unique set of capabilities. The fact that we've got very supportive, very hands-on private equity owners and our global leadership team, immensely successful, immensely capable to leverage those, I think sets us apart. And then wrapping all that around is just some wonderful talent, some really well-engaged, highly skilled, and very passionate employees. So, it's our breadth of offerings, great skills at a headquarters level and our private equity owners, and all wrapped up with some wonderfully skilled, passionate employees. So that's a fantastic combination, and it will set us apart in the market.